Liberia, Charles Taylor. It seems that he's just passed a note to Courtney Griffiths. Let's hear what's going on.
She would be donating the diamond to Mandela's children's charities. As far as I recall, I did not see the diamond. Did you have such a discussion at the breakfast table with Mia Farrow?
No, not about my intentions was to find Jeremy. I hadn't told her that.
Now, just to be quite clear about this, are you saying you never had a discussion with Mia Farrow about what you were going to do with those pebbles?
No, not until I found Jeremy. I did not discuss, because I hadn't found him at that point, so I didn't know, you know.
So, remember right when we started,
Correct.
I indicated to you the coincidence of Mia Farrow making this declaration 2 weeks after Carol White started the lawsuit. Now, may you have had a discussion with Carol White about what you were going to do with the pebbles?
That's possible.
So, if you didn't have such a discussion with Mia Farrow, where do you think Mia Farrow got this from?
I don't know, but I didn't discuss with her.
But if you didn't discuss with Mia Farrow, but you may have discussed with Carol White, apart from the Ratcliffes, did you discuss this donation with anybody else?
No, I did not.
So where did Mia Farrow get this from?
I don't know.
It wasn't from you.
It was not from me, no. I just met Mia Farrow, so it's not something I would say to her what I'm going to do and what my relations was with Jeremy.
Now, did you that morning identify the pebbles as diamonds?
No, at the table someone said that Charles Taylor's name came up and said it has to be him and that they were diamonds. And as I said before, I don't remember which one of the two.
Tell me, do you know of any connection between Mia Farrow and Carol White?
I wouldn't know because I'm no longer working with Carol White. So I don't know if there is I mean, Mia Farrow has tried to contact me, but I've refused to speak with her. And it's possible that they speak. I really don't know.
There is one final matter that I'd like to deal with. I wonder if, Madam Court Manager, if you could hand this to Miss Hollis, please. Now, the final matter I want to deal with you, Miss Campbell, is simply this. Do you know if those diamonds were... Let me start again. Do you know whether the Nelson Mandela Children's Fund benefited from those diamonds?
No, because up until last year, I had never spoken to Jeremy about them after I'd given them to him, and he still has them, so they didn't benefit.
Because can the witness be shown the documents behind the first tab in this little blue bundle?
Is that the defense bundle?
Madam President, yes. Now, the first item behind that, in that document, in that folder, is a news item from ABC News. I'm not interested in the first page, Ms. Campbell. Can we go quickly to the second page, please? And if you look just below halfway on that page, do you see a paragraph which reads as follows? The donor relations manager for the Nelson Mandela Children's Fund, Mpake Pule, said there...
Please pause. Please pause. We need this on the overhead. Thank you.
The donor relations manager for the Nelson Mandela Children's Fund, Mpake Pule, said there is no record the charity received the diamond from Campbell. She did make cash contributions of $50,000 that year and the year before, the charity officer said. The year after, I'm grateful, the charity officer said. Now, behind that, on the next page, Ms. Campbell, do you see a letter bearing the letterhead of the Nelson Mandela Children's Fund?
Yes.
And you'll see it's dated the 4th of August, and it's addressed to me.
Yes.
Dear Mr. Griffiths, prosecutor versus Charles Ganky Taylor. I am the Chief Executive Officer of the Nelson Mandela Children's Fund. With regard to your inquiry whether or not the NMCF ever received a donation of a diamond or diamonds from Ms. Campbell, I can categorically state that the NMCF has never received any donation of a diamond or diamonds from Ms. Campbell or from anyone else. It would have been improper and illegal to have done so. Now, as far as you're aware, you tell us, Mr. Ratcliffe still has the diamonds.
Yes, correct. He's told that to my lawyers.
Could I have a moment, please, Madam President? I have no further questions.
Solis, do you have any questions in re-examination?
Apologies, Madam President. Before I sit down, could I ask, please, that those two documents, the ABC News article and the letter from the Nelson Mandela Children's Fund, be marked for identification MFI 12A and B. A being the ABC News article, B being the Nelson Mandela Children's Fund letter.
Very well, the two documents are so marked.
I'm grateful.
Solis, any questions in re-examination?
Thank you, Madam President. Ms. Campbell, just a few questions for you. The defense counsel asked you about your appearance on the Oprah Winfrey Show. You recall?
Yes.
And that Oprah Winfrey had reminded you of the ABC interview and that you had refused to make comment. Correct?
Correct.
And tell us
She
why.
showed it to me, actually.
She showed
She
it.
showed it to me, yeah.
And tell us why you refused to make comment on that.
As I said before, I felt that my family.
Yes, Mr. Griffiths.
I do have an objection to this line of questioning for this simple reason. The witness is here to give evidence about her supposed possession and gift of diamonds from this defendant. That's the prosecution allegation. What my learned friend is now seeking to do is to obtain through the mouth of this witness evidence maligning the character of Mr. Taylor, when the witness is in no position to give evidence about that. The witness has made quite clear her thoughts about Mr. Taylor and his supposed killing of thousands of people. She obtained that information from the internet. And I know that my learned friend is now seeking to elicit from the witness the suggestion that she's afraid of Mr. Taylor because of that acquired knowledge. In our submission, it is totally irrelevant to the issues raised by the testimony of this witness.